Alright, Jackson, I know they're here somewhere. Buddy, we gotta find them. They're sneaky people. They're just watching us. I know that they can hear us. I know they can see us. But where are they? Where are they? They're here somewhere, dude. You seem to know where they're at. Where are they at? Do you see them? Can you find them?
No.
Where are they at? They're in the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
How in the heck? You guys have problems. Alright guys, welcome. Now that I got you out of my darn Christmas tree, we're going to talk about a few things here. December 4th, nuked all of my sales. Stop looking at my hair. I know I got to get a haircut. Yeah, December 4th, we nuked every single promotion. All I have running right now as like any form of anything really is a coupon, 20% off 2 or more. I'm running that through the end of December. Has shown some promise. We're going to do a deep dive into my impressions, my page views, my total solds. I'm going to show you my top 10 for the week. And then I'm also going to show you how Poshmark has been performing, which I think is very relevant because there's been some, I think, toxicity and people just not understanding how certain resellers or certain people how to do business. And I also want to just put out there that you don't have to pay to play the game. I think that's a really dumb point. And it doesn't mean that you're not running a business. I don't agree with that. That's fine. Call me whatever you want. But let's get into this real quick here. So first, I'm going to show you my solds. We're going to sort this by last week. So this will give us the last 7 days. You can see here I sold 56 items for $2,281.50. That's an item subtotal of $1,797.99. So yeah, that's after pretty much shipping, fees, and blah, 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 blah. So we're going to show here, we got some Frank and Eileen. I'm not sure if you can see that. I really don't want to pop it up here because I'm going to try to be quick with this. We have some hats. I used to sell hats. I don't anymore. I just don't like the process of selling them. They take a long time to sell. From my experience, I don't find enough of them really to be valuable. But these were. You can see here they used my coupon. I got a item total of $79.94. We got some Mission Workshop. Here's that Frank and Eileen and this Mission Workshop are BOLO clothing items. You will not find those all the time. I do not want this channel to be focused purely on be on the lookout items. I will share them with you. So if you're a clothing reseller or you're looking to get into it, these are some items you're going to want to look at. The next is another coupon sale. It was a pair of Nike pants and actually 2 pairs of Nike pants that equated to $62.94. Both of these were used, guys. One of the things you're going to see me sell more of than I think most people is going to be Nike. I sell the shit out of high-end Nike stuff. I know what good Nike feels like. I know what it looks like. I can just spot it. And the way you can get there is look at everything. And this is how you look up Nike, guys. Behind the material tag, so behind this tag here, there's this tag here, the 891887-451. That is the style number. The last 3 numbers is the color code. So take that for what it's worth, guys. But yeah, I sell the crap out of Nike. Next is Tracksmith. This is another BOLO brand. You're not going to find it all the time. It's very expensive and pretty rare to find in general. So this sold for $52. Next item is Icebreaker. I've been finding this a lot lately. I have noticed the market has dipped a bit for this brand, but don't let that deter you. It still sells really well if in really good shape. The higher end, like this GT line, is probably it's like their performance, like it's meant to be worn on hikes, running, things like that. Sells for a lot higher. Sold for $50. The next is also another coupon. What are we in? We are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on the 7th item here. Cuts Clothing is a online brand that does pretty well. It's just a basics brand. It's like Built, probably about the same as Built. I think Built has majority of their items have dropped quicker than Cuts. Cuts is a little bit more rare and in demand, in my opinion. But as you can see, it's middle of December and I'm still selling shorts, guys. I list everything. I don't, just for reference, I am a part-time reseller with a full-time job and a full-time family. I don't have the privilege of finding an awesome brand and then sitting on it for the season. I'm not a seasonal seller. I also very rarely see seasonal upticks or downturns. I have a pretty, within about 10% margin of sales per month. I do pretty well. And as you can see, shorts are selling. But Cuts clothing, that coupon is coming in clutch here. My theory is I typically give about a 20% discount when people are sending me offers. So I'm fine with that. If you want to buy 2 items and take 20% off, yeah, buddy. Next is American Giant. This is also a brand you're not going to find much of. It is a BOLO brand. Most of the items, it's going to sell for good money. This is also another basics. They have a lot of undershirts. They have jackets. But this brand is built here and made here in the United States. Very high-end brand. Sells really well. Has really good comps. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I've been focusing a lot on buying products made here in the U.S. because that's just how I feel anymore. I'm tired of buying stuff that's supporting another country and really doesn't do Americans very well. And if you want to call me out, hey, call me out. But that's, I think, how we need to start looking at the world is we need to start supporting each other. We don't need to be supporting someone we have no idea halfway across the country or the world. Lululemon. So this is an item, a lot of people say Lululemon's pretty much dead. I still sell the shit out of it. I will show you what I have one rule with Lululemon. One, it's got to be modern, it's got to be in good shape, and it's got to have the style tag on the dot here. For reference, Lululemon will be that LM5421S. If it doesn't come up on Google search, I'd leave it behind, guys. The problem with Lululemon is, it is resale value is dying pretty hard. You can't just go out, find some raggedy old Lululemon leggings and they're going to sell for $20. It's not going to happen. You have to be as specific as humanly possible with the title. You can see here, in my opinion, this is how eBay wants the title structure to look. Lululemon pants, men's, medium, blue. The title of the item, which is ABC Jogger. This is the fabric type. Lululemon has all sorts of fabric types. This one is Warp Stream. That is critical to most pieces. And then you just kind of keyword spam at the last just to fill it out. But you can see here, that sold for $49.97. Or $44.97, sorry. It was 10% off offer. And the last item is Ibex. This is another performance merino wool brand. Some of it's made here in the States, some of it's not. Doesn't really matter. Sells for a lot of money. A lot of these performance merino brands do very excellent. You can see here it sold for $44.97. Now, I know you all are waiting for this. What do your sales look like? What is your traffic? You haven't been promoting since December 4th? Yeah, well, here's the proof, guys. I didn't have very much promoted listings to begin with. I had about 107 prior to me doing this. So, I try to be really square, really show you guys what's happening. I don't want you guys ever questioning me saying, oh, I'm hiding stuff. I am not hiding anything, because the goal of me as a person in this channel is to help you grow as a business owner, maybe someone who wants to just do this as a side gig, like kind of me. I don't want you guys thinking you're alone, but I also don't want you guys leaning on people who don't share the numbers with you. Specifically, I'm kind of sick and tired of the people saying, hey, you got to pay to play this game. No, you don't. That doesn't make you any less of a business owner as a reseller if you don't want to pay the promoted fees. If you want to save that money and just kind of grow the business organically and see how that goes, who the fuck cares? Do that. That's what I'm doing. I'm telling eBay, go F yourself. Actually, can Lewis...
Nobody gives a shit.
There you go. Lewis Black understands.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, okay, hold on. The best one here.
I
Yeah. That's Lewis Black, guys. So he knows. I know. Do you know? I don't think you do. I think people are heavily relying on people with larger channels who think, hey, I know what I'm talking about. Look how many fucking items I have. Look at how many sales I have. I've been doing this business for so many times. And I'm not trying to call anyone out. It's a very broad, generic group of people. And it's not just one person. There's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that I can think of off the top of my head that kind of somewhat arrogant. James, My Boring Resale Life is not one of them. I kind of am trying to understand how he's running his business. He's been using a lot of the promoted alternative options. You know, I don't think he's one of those guys that are telling you to move on. Things like that. I think he's legitimately trying to be a resource. There are other channels who, I don't know. It just bothers me that people are leading other people astray, and I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to do that. But we're gonna move on. You can see here, December 4th was my last day with any promoted listings. So now we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're actually 8 days in, but I have full 7 days worth of information. You can kind of see page view or impressions they were okay, and then they dipped, and then they're kind of staying stagnant around this 20,000 mark, which I find odd. That like legitimately, maybe plus 5 to 10% a day, except for this day. I don't know what happened here, but yeah, it's kind of bizarre. It almost makes me feel like eBay is definitely controlling traffic to some extent. You can see here, these are my page views. So the day that I had 0, I actually had one of the highest page view days I've had in a long time. But you can see with the impressions, the page views pretty much mimic exactly what's happening here. And then you can also see on the sales. So yeah, I mean, there you go. We get over here. You saw my sales. By the way, I am green. I'm red in just about every category. Total sales are down. Net sales are down. My selling costs are down. It's not going to tell you. This is right where I want to be. I'm very excited that this is under 30%. Quantity sold is only down 3%. Average sales is down 1.5%. This is actually down 6%. Just going to be honest with you guys. I wonder if, at least that's what I remember. Let's see here. This year, let's generate a whole year. Yeah, you can see I sold $103,000, guys. I hit my goal. But you can see here, 32.2 is what this is. I think this incorporates all sorts of things. So the lower this number, the better, in my opinion, because this is just cost. So if you can reduce your cost and increase your profit, you're just promoting a better amount of time. Your time actually becomes more valuable. So next we can see year over year, I've actually done way better for myself. But in all fairness, I have changed my sourcing habits, as I think most people should be doing at this point. I was on Primo Chemo's stream, and some troll was saying, just buy better stuff. Duh. I mean, come on, guys. Really? That's what you're going to tell us to do? Yeah, let's get right on. Let's buy better stuff. Let's just fucking do it. Like, it's like you go to every store and there's $100 bill, $100 bill, $100 bill. It's like you're on fucking Oprah. You get a $100 bill. You get a $100 bill. Look at that item. Look at that. It's like, shut the hell up. We're all in the same rat race, guys. And, it blows my mind that people are going to sit there and quote other channels that have like massive freaking stores and are just like, just buy better stuff. And it's like, dude, not everyone can manage a 6,000-7,000 item store and have 50% or less sell-through rate items and, have that stuff come in over time. It just doesn't work for everyone. I for one, don't have the time to manage a 5,000 item store. Right where I'm at the probably capacity for what I can handle, and I'm nearly at 700 items. I've actually seen a reduction in the last 2 weeks. Why? Thanks to Poshmark. Poshmark has been an absolute revelation to me, guys. I think it's under Posh Stats. I'm still learning this website. I'm still learning how to get the metrics. So you can see here, in December alone, I've sold 40 items for $1,238. Now we're going to move this to 12-month period, and you can see I've sold 45 items for 1,355. Yes, I am paying a higher cost overall. I'm paying 20% as opposed to 13.5%. But guys, you also have to realize you're paying fees on your shipping, taxes, or anything else that goes along with your eBay order. So realistically, in my opinion, you're probably looking at 14.5% total on eBay once you really do the math. Because you also have to factor in, you're also paying a flat 30 cents per item sold. So really, I'm only paying maybe 5 to 6% more in final value fees on Poshmark. But at the end of the day, guys, don't listen to people saying, oh, just try out promoted listings. We're all fucking tried that. Okay? That's the thing that I'm sorry to rant, but it just frustrates me because there's people out here who do not have your best intention. They want to sit there and tell you, just promote. Why pay extra to go on a different platform and pay more there anyways? Because it doesn't work, guys. It just doesn't work. And I'm a prime example of that. Before August 1st, I was promoting blanket 5% and my sales were still dropping. And in fact, I noticed my impressions, my page views, everything was dropping prior to August. And I was blanket 5% on everything. So don't sit here and stand on a pedestal and just say, promote. What difference does it make? Well, in my category, it's 11.7% is the average suggested promoted rate. So that would put me at, 25%? Go F yourself, dude. I'm not going to pay 25%. Okay? When all I have to do is basically add the first 50 items that sell every month an extra $1 to my cost for Vendu, sure. And the great thing about Poshmark is I'm going to show you something. It has been selling basically stuff that's been chilling on eBay. So I saved all of the items because the Vendu there will delist my item. So here's the 45 items. I want you guys to pay attention to the page views and the watchers. Absolutely, there are watchers on some of these items. I grant it. But did they sell on eBay with all those watchers? No, because I am now fully convinced watchers don't give a fuck. But yeah, let's look. Low views. Here's something that was really popular. 7 followers. This was not overpriced. Someone on Poshmark offered me $27, and I took it. Every single one of these offers got a 10% off offer right off the bat from me. So I don't want to hear that, oh, you just overpriced it, because I really didn't. I sell the shit out of this brand, and this item specifically, I sell the crap out of. Here's a North Face. Got 5.0. This sold within minutes on Poshmark. Here's something that had a lot of followers. Sold on Poshmark. I got a good offer, $35. Smart wool. Low view. Look at this. This is an item that should have sold no problem on eBay for $40. The Renegade jean. There's people, that have this listed really a lot lower, but this was in mint condition. One view, 1 follower. Sold within a day of me cross-listing it. 7 diamonds. Solid brand. Should have sold on eBay. Didn't. Sold almost immediately. You look at this. And then you also can see here, 0 views in the last 3 days. There's 004, 004. So people saying just get better items. Tell me, are you telling me Cool's not a good brand? If you know anything about clothing, Cool's probably at least a top 20 bread and butter brand for people. You're telling me Marine Layer's not a good brand? I sell the shit out of it. Yeah, albeit this was winter, but I still sold it. You're telling me Lululemon's not a good brand? I beg to differ. I sell the crap out of it all the time. So it's shit like that. Untuck it, guys. I mean, it's been a revelation. And if you want to sit here and tell me to just pay more in promoted fees, it doesn't work. What works for me right now, and what's going to be working for, I would say, the majority of the people moving forward, is cross-listing. I am now established on another platform. I don't even have my full inventory over yet. It's Q4, I got Christmas, work, all this shit going on. And I've had that many sales, guys. It's incredible. This is $1,300 that I didn't have. it's just insane for me to think about this. But yeah, guys, I want to hit a couple more topics here. Got my cheat sheet here. So something came up in one of the videos I was watching earlier today, or well, rather listening to. They were talking about offsite promotions and if it works for everyone or not. I'm a used clothing reseller, so I can only give you my perspective on that. I don't think used clothing one-offs that I sell mostly will benefit from offsite promotions. I'm sorry, they just don't. My margins are pretty good, but I really don't want to spend, however much money. I mean, I know you can set a cap, but it's irrelevant to me, guys. And then the other thing here is just promotions in general. Do your own thing. Do what's going to work for you. It's not going to make you any less of a person as a seller, as a business owner. To think otherwise would be misleading you guys. So, but I do want to put into perspective that promoted listings, especially with how eBay is managing these now, as being basically their only platform of revenue growth. Just please have the perspective that the more you promote, the more you're devaluing your time. Sure, there is people like My Boring Resale Life who upped the cost of his $4 or $5 items to twice the cost, and they're selling. That probably works, and you know what? He's probably going to make a lot more money doing that. But the problem is not everyone's going to have 100,000 items in their store to be able to do that. So just put that into perspective that a lot of what we sell, guys, the price is either going to be dropping, stagnating, and those are really the only two options for most of them. I mean, unless you're selling like very rare one-offs of things like that, of course, the price may go up. But the thing is as the more you promote, the less profit you make, and the more your value, the time you have is being devalued. Because if you're like me, I'm not putting any more time into this. So I have to reason with myself like, okay, I'm pretty much capped out about what I can do. So do I want to pay eBay more money and make less? Or figure it out, establish myself on a different platform, be safer about the business decisions I'm making, and then pay the money, the difference there? That I'm willing to do. Because at the end of the day, yeah, some of us do need to promote. But I'd rather spend the money that I would promote with to establish myself and make sure that I have a safer overall business. And the last thing I want to add about the promotions is in Primo Chemo's live today, a comment came up that you have to learn how to sell an item before you can market it. And right now, there's some sentiment about people coming in the 2020 era, which, I'm one of those resellers. I really think you do need to learn how to sell an item. I think you need to learn the value. I think you need to learn how to spot them, feel them. I think you just need to know what you're doing, and you need to learn how to sell it without needing to market it. I think if you are having to pay really high promoted fees to sell an item that you have no clue about, I just don't agree with that. I agree with the sentiment because it's an old business model. Got to learn how to sell the item before you can market. So take those words of advice. Those aren't, the devaluing of time, that's just a given, right? You're making less money the more you promote. And it's an old business wise tale, and then the last thing is business habits. I've kind of realized that some people are saying that a lot of us are going to not make it. I do agree with that to some extent, but at the end of the day, what you put into this business is what you're going to get out. Even with all the issues, even with all the struggles that we're facing, at the end of the day, if you put some effort into, learning different items, opening your mind to different avenues, opening your mind to different platforms, and spending a little bit more time, maybe some capital, you will make more money. If you're willing to put in the sweat equity, the time, the sacrificing, you will succeed. If you are not willing to sacrifice time to make time in the future better, if you're not willing to spend money, if you're not willing to just do what is necessary for you in your situation, I don't know, guys. I think the writing's on the wall for most of these people. And eBay is definitely not getting a bigger. They're not bigger. That is the last topic I wanted to talk about, guys. First off, I'm not going anywhere. There's people out there that are telling other people who are talking about what we're talking about to just get out of the way. And my question is why? Because I present an alternative point of view than you do? Sorry. I've never backed down before, and I'm not going to back down now. I'm going to present the facts. I'm going to be as transparent as humanly possible with every single person because I want you to succeed at the end of the day. And it's just my mentality. It's who I am. I don't like to see people quit. I started this channel because there was a lot of negativity, and I wanted to show that it could be done. Now I'm part of a resale group. At least I want to say I'm part of a community. It may not be. I don't talk to them as much as I want to. But at the end of the day, it's like there's alternative ways to making money, and that's my goal, to show those. I also want to show you that I can do this. You can do it. I only have 600 and I have less than 700 total active listings, guys. You don't need a massive 1,000+ store to get daily sales. Just being honest with you guys. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you made it this far. I know it's a pretty long video of me ranting about bullshit. But yeah, I'm happy I learned how to do this cool thing with the with me in this little box here. I rescued you guys from my tree. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing in there. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section. Is what I'm showing you guys relevant? Do you agree with how I present this stuff? Am I just a complete idiot? I don't know. Probably. I think, yeah, probably. I mean, I am a Dolphins fan, and if anyone watched that shit, I don't even know what to do anymore. It's what do I expect? It's 20 years of this garbage team. Anyways. Let me know down in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, share my video, and until tomorrow, rule the day.